September 2024. Hurricane Helene tears into the southeast with unimaginable force. Across Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas, communities are swallowed by water, crushed by landslides, and cut off by roads that no longer exist. Western North Carolina, once a safe haven in the mountains, is devastated. Helene would become the deadliest hurricane to strike the U.S. in nearly 20 years. 250 lives lost, thousands stranded, families with no power, no water, no way out.
2 days before the hurricane arrived, we had quite a bit of rain, so the creeks were already rose pretty high. And most of the time we don't worry about hurricanes so much around here. You know, they seem to bypass us in these mountains, but I think everyone had a sense that something was different coming because of all the rain we had before the hurricane.
The water's starting to pool up a little bit here, but it's still higher than the water. And I've only got about 2 feet left of clearance here. Pretty intimidating. We knew the storm was coming. I've lived in Florida, and I actually moved here partially to get away from the hurricanes. There's some irony for you. It just, God, how do I explain it? I didn't move anything. We were sure we'd had rain the day before, so it was already saturated. My bridge that was behind us here, where you see those 2 ramps coming down, that's where my bridge was. And the water was already 10 feet up. It's a 20-foot bridge, so it was already halfway up before the storm hit.
At that time, I'd lived here 44 years, and I've watched the river, and I've even seen the river go up 3 feet and down 2 feet in 2 hours and not even rain here. And we heard the news. Everybody, of course, knew there was a big storm coming, and I was like, well, you know, it'll probably go over the bridge, but it's gone over the bridge before. We should be fine. And then it kept going up, and every 20 minutes you could see that the river just wasn't stopping. And then it just exploded, and things started floating by, houses, and you're thinking people and vehicles and semi-trailers and those giant 500-gallon propane tanks and sheds, and then there's a sawmill up the road, 50,000 saw logs let loose all in 1 hour. Battering rams.
FEMA was slow, roads washed away, families were cut off, and yet, amid the unimaginable destruction, a different story emerged. A force of volunteers, veterans, and first responders who wouldn't let anyone be forgotten. Help began to arrive from the skies. In the wake of Helene, more than 100 helicopters and 200 volunteer pilots mobilized. Together, they flew 4,000 missions, covered more than 5,000 square miles, and delivered over 2 million pounds of supplies. They evacuated more than 450 people, established 167 landing zones, and restored communication to entire communities with 523 Starlinks. Every number a life touched. Every flight a promise kept. 1 year later, the scars of Hurricane Helene remain, but so does the resilience of the people. Operation Helo was born in that storm, a movement fueled by faith, compassion, and the belief that no neighbor should ever be left behind. This is more than disaster relief. It is a family. And when the next storm comes, we will rise again.